Have you ever promised yourself that you would change, that this time things would be different, but somehow you end up doing the same things again? You dream about a better life, a stronger version of yourself, a future filled with success. But when the moment comes to take action, you hesitate. You delay. You tell yourself, I'll start tomorrow. And slowly, that tomorrow begins to feel like it will never come. Once upon a time, in a small village surrounded by green fields and tall trees, in a quiet village surrounded by endless green fields, there lived a young man named Ayaan. He was full of dreams, the kind that made his eyes shine when he spoke. He would often sit with others and say, "One day, I'll become the most successful farmer in this village. My land will be full of golden crops, and people will respect me." His words were full of confidence, and anyone who heard him believed he could achieve great things. But there was one problem he never talked about. Ayaan never took action. Every morning, as the sun rose and the village came to life, farmers would already be working in their fields. But Ayaan stayed in bed, turning from one side to another, whispering to himself, "Just a little more rest. I'll start tomorrow." While others worked under the heat of the sun, he sat in the shade, talking about his plans. He loved the idea of success, but he avoided the effort it required. One evening, his uncle, a wise and experienced farmer, came to visit him. As he stood at the edge of Ayaan's field, he noticed something that made him pause. The soil was rich and full of potential, but it was completely empty. No crops, no effort, just silence. He looked at Ayaan and gently asked, "You speak of success, but why is your field still empty?" Ayaan smiled, trying to hide his discomfort. "I'll start soon," he said. "Everything will change." The old man didn't argue. Instead, he reached into his pocket and took out 2 small seeds. Placing them in Ayaan's hand, he said, "These are special. One is the seed of ambition. If you care for it every day, it will grow into something powerful and rewarding. The other is the seed of laziness. It needs no care. It grows on its own, but it destroys everything around it." He paused for a moment and then added, "Both are in your hands now. Your future depends on which one you choose to nurture." That night, Ayaan felt motivated. He told himself, "This is it. I will change." But when morning came, the same old feeling returned. He felt tired, unmotivated, and once again he said, "I'll do it tomorrow." Days turned into weeks, and slowly that motivation faded away. Eventually, without much thought, he planted both seeds, telling himself he would take care of them later. But later never came. One day, he finally walked into his field, and what he saw shocked him. The laziness seed had grown wildly. Thick weeds had spread everywhere, covering the land, choking the soil, leaving no space for anything else to grow. And the ambition seed, it was barely alive. Weak, fragile, almost gone. In that moment, Ayaan felt something break inside him. This wasn't just his field. This was his life. His uncle returned and stood beside him. Looking at the field, he said calmly, "This is what happens when you ignore your responsibilities. Ambition needs effort, patience, and consistency. Without action, it dies. But laziness grows on its own and destroys everything in its path." Those words hit deeply. For the first time, Ayaan truly understood. All his delays, all his excuses, all the time he had wasted, it had led him here. He fell to his knees, holding the dry soil in his hands, tears filling his eyes. "I did this," he whispered. "I let my own dreams die." That night he couldn't sleep. His mind was filled with regret. Every tomorrow he had promised himself echoed in his thoughts. And in that silence, something inside him changed. Not just his thoughts, but his decision. Before the sun rose the next morning, Ayaan was already in the field. He began pulling out the weeds with his bare hands. It was painful. His back ached. His hands became sore. But this time he didn't stop. Day after day he kept going. Even when he was tired, even when he didn't feel like it, he showed up. He watered the ambition seed every single day. Slowly it began to grow. A small plant appeared, then grew stronger with time. And as the plant grew, so did Ayaan. The lazy dreamer slowly disappeared, replaced by someone disciplined, focused, and determined. Seasons passed, and his field transformed into a sea of golden crops. The same dream he once spoke about had finally become real. People began to respect him, to learn from him, to admire his journey. But this time, it wasn't just words. It was the result of consistent action. And the truth he learned was simple yet powerful. Every person carries two seeds within them. One is ambition, and the other is laziness. Laziness grows on its own if you do nothing. But ambition only grows when you take action every single day. So if you are still waiting for the perfect moment, remember this: there is no perfect moment.